This will go down in the history books. You guys read the title. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Terrence Crawford is by far one of the most avoided fighters that I have ever seen viewing boxing. The way they dance around this guy is amazing. These dudes is like ballerinas out here talking about bye Bud. See, these articles and people who make these articles, they're part of the propaganda. You know, they usually work for the entities that, you know, try to finagle and finesse boxing and stuff like that. Basically, everybody's in bed with somebody. So if you read something, it's for some reason, for some propaganda that they want to put out there, you know? And if you read the title, it's almost like a taunt to Bud. Like, bye, like this ain't good for boxing. But most importantly, when it comes to Errol Spence, we ain't heard nothing from this guy the whole time. And then Terrence Crawford invoked his WBO status to get the fight with Tim. And then out of nowhere, here comes Errol Spence talk about he wants to win it. You know, another thing to shut Bud out and to shun Bud and push him to the side, you know. And this is the funny thing about the entire situation, you know. When Bud was trying to get the fight with Errol Spence, which we know that he deserved and we should have seen, all people talked about is what's not on his resume. Anytime he tries to pursue something that will elevate his resume or basically shut these people up, they never give him the opportunity to do so. You know, they talk about Canelo's this, they talk about Canelo's that. The man was willing to go up several weight classes to fight the man, but he wasn't good enough. He ain't deserve it, blase splee, whatever, whatnot. Errol Spence, the big dog, the big fish, you know what I'm saying? The supposedly fictitious boogeyman, all this other stuff. When he pursued him, wasn't good enough. He ain't fought nobody, blase splee. He only got this person on their resume, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Nobody left her in the fight. Well, why don't you go ahead and fight Tim Tszyu? You know? Okay, well, let me go ahead and go that route. Then boom, here come Errol Spence. What do y'all want from the man? You know, what do y'all want from the man? Okay? At every turn, you guys is beating this dude down. Okay? He got to fight for his pound for pound status. He got to fight for fights that he shouldn't have to fight for. You know what I'm saying? He has to fight for everything. It's just the system is totally against this guy. And at the end of the day, you know what it has to do with, to me? Independent people always seem to have problems because the big wigs and the people who run stuff do not want people to get the idea that you can do something on your own or independently. Floyd and Roy Jones face the same thing. But what is it about Floyd and Roy Jones to make them face the same thing? They took control of their career. Okay? They was in control of everything. You know? In this world, they don't like examples like those. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always use people like Nipsey Hussle. You know? You want to know what the main reason they had to get Nipsey up out there? Because he can't beat an example. His money was all money in. Skip the middleman. You know what I'm saying? We could do it on our own, independently. They don't need that to become contagious. Because then how are the people who don't have talent going to make money off the people with talent? If the talent wants to monetize itself, if the talent wants to control itself and what it does. Okay? So how are the people without talent going to make money off the people with the talent? They don't. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing the music industry is going through. You know what I'm saying? They're at a standpoint now that they don't need a record label. For what? We could do it all ourselves. You know, that's not the example that they want out there. And that's not the example that they want in boxing. As of right now, Terrence Bud Crawford is independent. He's on his own. I don't know that he's signed to anybody. He's operating and functioning as his own entity at this point. When you do that, you're shut out of a lot of things in boxing. This is why they tell you, well, if you want to get these fights, you know, you have to get with a certain promoter and stuff like that. Why? I'm the product. I'm everything, but if I want to get these fights, I have to sign with a promoter. It's like a fraternity and stuff. You know, that's exactly what it's like. But independent people always have problems like this. The more you want to stand on your own, the more that they stand up against you because they want workers. They want slaves. They want people who can't think for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They want to eat off your flesh. But damn you if you want to eat off your own blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it's about. I've also heard people say, you know, this got the remnants and the smell of PBC and Floyd Mayweather. You know what? I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. After seeing how they move, what's going on with Ryan Garcia and all that other stuff, I don't doubt it, man. I do not doubt it because, you know, when it comes to that side, and especially with dealing with Floyd, he don't want nobody to eclipse what he has done. You know, Floyd, as great as he is and as secure as he should be, he's still worried about another black dude eclipsing him. It's a shame, man. It's really a shame. You know, but to me personally, if Terrence Bud Crawford retired tomorrow, he's done enough. He's in the Hall of Fame. I'll just say I didn't get to see him to the full extent of his talent like I would. And that's all that I'm trying to see. And I think that that's all that he's trying to prove at the end of the day. But as long as you got clown stuff like this going on, man, it ain't no telling. And as much respect as I gave for Errol Spence for taking that fight, he right back in my shit list because he right back on that bullshit. He's right back on. If that's not some of the most hating, spiteful, envious, just downright dirty tactics that I've seen coming from him, you know what I'm saying? You know you don't want to box no more. And if you was serious, we would at least see you training. Now they go on to say, well, I don't know what people complaining about. Spence, they say Spence is inactive, but Terrence Bud Crawford has been inactive too. See, I told you about people writing these articles. That's not the point. The point is when you look at Bud, he's always training. He stays ready. Errol Spence stays on vacation. You know what I'm saying? And in the club and whatever and whatnot. Terrence Bud Crawford stays ready. That's the difference. If he was serious about what he was talking about, we would still see Spence putting in that work, training all that nine. But we don't see none of that, man.